Welcome to B North Gippy podcast number 2. It's round 2 of the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League this weekend, and we're out at the Churchill Gaskin Park for training tonight because the big prime train, Tom Bolch, will be taking junior training. We'll get an interview with him and he's going to play on the weekend. But before we get into everything, let me welcome my co-commentator from Sports Stream Live on Saturday live stream of North Gippsland Football Netball, Matty Mosley.
Hello, Brad. How are we?
Mate, I'm fantastic. How good is this ground?
Oh, and the weather, absolutely perfect. It's too good. Too good.
It's too good for footy. I feel like I should be at the cricket.
Yes, it's still a bit summer-like, isn't it?
It is. And this ground, we're going to be out here Saturday calling the big one between Churchill and Cowar out here at Gaskin Park, and really it's going to be 27, 28 degrees, so it's similar to what it is here now. Not a cloud in the sky. We're just on the wing here watching the kids go about their paces, waiting for the prime train. I reckon he might have got lost on the Monash, Matty.
Driven past, I think.
I reckon he
ended up in Sale.
I was messaging him yesterday and I was going to go into Melbourne to do the interview, and he looked after me. He said, look, I'm going to be at training at Churchill at around about 3 o'clock. How about I meet you out there and I'll do it? And I said, okay, no worries. Got here about 2:45. He thought I'll be punctual and be early and get ready and set up so he doesn't have to muck around. It's 10 to 5 and he's still not here, Matty. What's going on?
We'll give him some grace.
Yeah,
we'll give him some grace.
He could have been caught up in anything. I hate that Monash, and that's where he would have had to have come along.
Oh, we're just waiting for the Ferrari to drive in, I think.
Yes. And the funny thing is, Matty, there's a lot of kids out here with no shirts on at training.
Yeah, they're prepared.
They're prepared. So they're going to make sure that they're looking like the prime train with the six-pack going. He's super fit athlete, isn't he?
Do you reckon he'll get his gear off tonight?
Oh, so on the
train with the boys like that?
It's currently 26 degrees.
Why not?
There's no doubt he'll have the shirt off when he gets here.
No, I think once the netballers arrive.
Oh, look out.
Yep.
Look out, and that'll be interesting. Hey, some big games last weekend.
Yep.
We had a couple of no results.
We did.
We had a draw and an abandoned game.
Yep, we did. And that's not very often that sort of happens, a draw and an abandoned game.
Oh, I can't remember any competition where you've had a draw in round 1.
Yes.
And we had one, there's no doubt about that. And we were out at the big Woodside game out at TTU, out at Woodside against TTU, where TTU ran out winners 13-10-88 over Woodside 11-14-80. For the Woodside team, Mick O'Sullivan got himself 5. For TTU, it was bronze. He got 4, and Flynn Shields got himself 3. Best for Woodside, O'Sullivan, Cooper Ryan and Thomas King. And for TTU, Hayden Willington, he was absolutely brilliant. Hurrigan and Sagon.
Yeah, I can't disagree with all of them. And there was many other players that could have been in those best players.
It was a good game of footy, wasn't it?
It was. It showed if TTU don't have the pressure, their foot skills were absolutely brilliant.
Certainly were, and I just didn't know. TTU looked like they had them covered early, and then Woodside come back, and it was the 27-minute mark of the third quarter. They actually hit the front for the first time, and you thought, oh,
here we go.
Yeah, but they come back. That was a really good, solid comeback by them, and Jack Brown was pretty happy about that after the game when we spoke to him.
He was happy with the response. He was sort of a bit nervous what was going to happen at three-quarter time, because I think Woodside did actually have all the run leading into that last quarter being at home. So, yeah, I'd be happy if I was Jack Brown for sure. The
other games, the abandoned game just before half-time, Gormandale were 5-1-31 and Sales City were 12-6-78. It was abandoned just before half-time because young Tiger Nick Millington was hurt in a marking contest.
Yep.
He was taken to hospital, but all reports are that he's okay.
That's the good news.
Yeah.
That's the good news.
The thing with me on this one is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think if it happens before half-time, it's a non-event, ends up a draw.
Yep.
But they don't get 2 points each.
Nothing. They get nothing.
Well, there's nothing on the ladder.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought they would have got 2 points.
So did I. I think I might be wrong, and I think they just haven't adjusted the ladder.
I only recall that because it happened with Tura and Thorpedale with Jace Winderlick last year. Yeah. They got 2 points each. So that could be different to the other leagues, but yeah, I think that's what normally happens.
When it's after half-time, whoever is in front wins, gets
Correct.
the 4 points.
Yep, that's what I know.
They haven't given them 2 points each on the ladder, but I reckon that might get changed.
Yep, I agree with that one.
Yeah, I reckon that might get changed. So that's a non-event. They were 47 points up when it happened, Sales City, so they more than likely would have won. Hayfield, 28-13, 181, defeated Churchill, 4-5-29. The coach for Hayfield, Lee Brown, got 7, and Kyle Graham got 6, and the coach for Churchill was their leading goal kicker, Joe Wykes. He got 2, and Hayfield's best were Woodland, Marchese and Graham, and Churchill's best were Joe Wykes, Fennick, who's also coached Churchill, Jordan Fennick,
yep, and
Brad Brereton were their 3 best on the day. Big win for the Hayfield side, and Churchill going to have to change up a few things to get a little bit closer to Cowher, I would have thought.
There is, but with Hayfield, firstly, they didn't have Mitch Bennett or Darren Sheen playing up forward, which to me is worrying signs to the opposition for them to kick such a large score, with Lee Brown kicking 7 as well. As for Churchill, we know they've got a bit of a slow start, but this could be the injection this weekend that they get their season maybe rolling a little bit.
Just a whisper, I've heard there could be 7 or 8 come into the Churchill side this weekend against Cowher, so that'll be interesting. Speaking of Cowher, 13-9-87, they went down to Yarram, but were in front most of the day.
Yeah.
16-9-105, the Demons. And your man for Cowher, Keenan Hughes, got himself 7.
As expected.
Yes, you did say that in last week's Sports Stream Live match of the day, that he's the one to look out for, so I really look forward to watching him this Saturday.
Yeah, been a big day with the prime train down here. I'd expect Keenan to really step up as well.
Joshua Swift got 5 for the winners, and Cowher's best was Hughes, Hector and Grieve, and for Yarram was Motton, Brunton and Pearce. So I haven't got the exact numbers in front of me, but I reckon that Cowher would have been in front for about 75% of that game.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed if I was Cowher playing at home. It would have been a really good start for the year for Cowher. But yeah, Yarram got the win.
I might be wrong there, but I might have the games mixed up.
It was very close, though, all day.
It was, yeah.
There wasn't much in it.
Might be this one where one of them was in front all day.
Oh, I know the one you're going with.
Yes, Glengarry was in front.
If I'm Glengarry, I'd be pretty disappointed.
10-6-66, Drew with Rosedale, 9-12-66. Goal kickers for Glengarry, Shea Duncan got himself 4, and for Rosedale, Spencer Fox helped himself to 3. Best for Glengarry, Healy, Truan and Williams. And for Rosedale, Atley, Barnett and Fox. Yeah, that's the game I've got confused with. Glengarry were in front by as much as 4 goals in a low-scoring game.
Yeah, I think there was nearly 5 goals at three-quarter time.
Wow.
Even though Rosedale had more scoring shots, Glengarry were well and truly up, so they would be absolutely kicking themselves not getting that win early in the year.
They will be. Leading goal kickers in the competition, your man Keenan Hughes is level with Hayfield's coach Lee Brown on 7. Kyle Graham with 6. Swift from Yarram on 5, and Mick O'Sullivan from Woodside on 5 as well. Now, you being an ex-forward and goal kicker, pretty good start when you get 7 in round 1.
I'd be happy with that.
You'd be very happy with that.
I would.
And you would think that this week with Lee Brown's Hayfield taking on Sale City, he won't get an opportunity to really let go, whereas a lot will think that Keenan Hughes, that's leading with Brown for Cowher, might help himself to a few against Churchill out here at Gaskin Park.
Yeah, I think he'll get a few, but there's a man that actually didn't play last week in the bye. His name's Dean McDonald, and he's a super player. He's the coach for Lawn North, and they're playing Gormandale. So he has every chance. It's nearly kicking double figures.
Yeah, and that's right. So, Lawn North had the bye last week. Let's go on to round 2 tomorrow, this Saturday. Rosedale at home to Woodside. Who do you like there?
Oh, Woodside for me. I think even though they had no one stand out last week, they were right up there with TTU. So I'm assuming they'll get a couple back as well. Yeah. Woodside, so I'll go with Woodside.
Yeah, Woodside for mine. You would think the 2 brothers...
Stockdale boys?
Stockdale boys will play?
Possibly.
You'd think?
Yeah. Close to Traralgon, not too far for them.
Yeah. The Sports Stream Live AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League match of the day is Churchill v Cowher out here at Gaskin Park. Now, if the rumours are correct, we hear that Churchill might have 7 in plus Tommy Bolch, the prime train, which would be 8 ins, and I'm hearing one might be Ben Kearns.
Can find the goals.
I did have Kowar penciled in, and I'm nearly swinging my tip here, but I don't know if that's true. But we've got to make the tip right now.
I know,
so
it makes it hard.
I'm going to go with Churchill.
Oh, you've changed?
I've changed, and I've gone with Churchill on the intel that I have that there are 8 players in.
And he's telling me something that I don't know, I think. But I'd like Churchill to win, but I'm going to go with Kowar.
So you're going to go with Kowar, and let's see.
They're going to spoil Churchill's day, I think.
So someone could be setting me up too. They don't have anyone, and we'll see. Sale City, this should be the game of the round,
I
as
agree.
in closeness.
Yep.
Sale City at home to Hayfield here, and it should be a ripper. I just think what I liked last week from Hayfield was 13 goals between Brown and Graham, and if Sheen comes into it,
And Mitch Bennett, he's played a lot of footy at Maffra.
so I'm gonna go Hayfield here.
Yep, me as well.
So you'll go with Hayfield.
Yep.
The next game, Yallourn open their account for the season in their first game this year. They're at home and they'll take on Gormandale.
They will absolutely pull their pants down, I think. At home.
So we're both happy with Yallourn North. Now, the other game of the round is next Friday, Good Friday, which will also be a Sports Stream live game on Good Friday we'll do the tips today.
Yep.
That's between Yarram and Glengarry.
Yep. I'll go with Yarram.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Yarram as well. TTU have the bye.
Yep.
So they have a rest, which I just thought there was a few boys, in particular, their best on ground, Hayden Wilton, cramping up last week.
He ran his legs off, didn't he? He was just shuffling by the end of the game.
I reckon they might be happy with. A bye.
Yep.
There's no doubt. So that'll be interesting on how that goes.
Going by what Jack said, they don't play again until Anzac Day.
No, that's right.
So they had 3 weeks off, so they
Yeah.
should be cherry ripe for the Rosedale game.
Exactly right, which we will call as well. That's on Anzac Friday night game.
Yeah, it's a night game.
Looking forward to that. Just quickly, the ladder, I don't think it means much. I'll go through it quickly, but it doesn't mean much after round one, particularly a side has a bye. There's a draw, and there's a game abandoned. So Hayfield out on top from Yarram, TTU, Glengarry and Rosedale. That makes up the 5, followed by Sale City, Woodside, Kowar, Gormandale, Churchill and Yallourn North. So doesn't mean anything, the ladder after round one. We might take our first break. Matty, we're waiting for the prime train. We're out here at Gaskin Park for the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League season. The prime train plays for Churchill this week, so we thought we'd come out here, and it's all thanks to our great friends, the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue, being held on June 20 at the Kernot Hall. Grab your tickets online at lvbigblokesbarbecue.com.au.
Would you like to partner the weekly Be North Gippy podcast? For more information on how your business can become a sponsor, simply email brad@sinbradmedia.com.au. Sinbrad Media is local football.
Welcome back to Be North Gippy, the podcast out here at Churchill Gaskin Park on Thursday evening, training for the big game this weekend against Kowar. They are at home with the big boy prime train playing, but the main man is sitting in with us now, Matty Mosley. He's sitting in us right now, and he's going to play his 150th club game for the Churchill Cougars this weekend. And what a big day, because they're not coming to watch the prime train, they're coming to watch this man, Benny Skinner. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I don't think they'll be here to watch me. We'll watch Prime run around on Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful day
He's
for
walking
it.
over now too.
Here he comes, the main man. But yeah,
Well, what you do, Benny, you just tell the grandkids the video of the game, you show them the game. Have a look at the crowd here for me 150th. There's 6,000 to 8,000 people here that come to have a look. That's what you tell the grandkids.
that's right. Yeah, when them times come, I'll no doubt dish up the footage and show them that.
Take us back to your journey. I'm told that you...
Yeah, I was down there last week. It was fantastic.
There's the prime train. It's nice and
coming.
close. I got told you were playing thirds 2013. Was 2014 your first senior season?
Yeah, so started thirds in 2013 out here. Come across from soccer as much as a local soccer club, but didn't want it to happen. A lot of us boys have followed that journey, and then played thirds in 2014, but that was when I sort of touched on a bit of senior footy as well. Lucky enough to win a thirds flag in 2014, which gave me the hunger for it from there, and then the rest has sort of been a blur with a few COVID years in between. I probably would have liked to get the 150 a bit earlier, but the COVID years have sort of slowed everyone up for that, their milestone games. But yeah, here we are this weekend, and big day on Saturday with the Prime.
In that time, you've come in. The timing's a big thing in footy. You've come in where Churchill played in a few premierships. In that time when you've come in and started around that 2014, did you get to play in one?
In 2014, I played in the thirds flag and then got to hang around for the seniors and watch the boys win the flag that year in the seniors as well. So that was a good celebration and good time for the club. And I also was lucky enough to play in the 2019 flag. Snivelled a senior flag there, so that was a great day as well against Yarram. Had a good rivalry there for a couple of years with them, so been pretty lucky over the journey.
Played under a few coaches, Ducky Chandler being one. He would have been your first senior coach, I would have thought.
Yep, Ducky was, as I was coming through, he's a champion guy, Ducky. Much love him to come back and coach us one day again, but we'll see where he is. He's doing his power thing and all the rest. So played under Duck, Holty, Squiddy, of course, club legend, and then Geordie, not too long ago now, Joey and Brutus taking the reins. So
speaking of Duck, there's a little birdie that told me he might have got a phone call about the gig this year, just quietly. Yeah,
no doubt. I think they've rang him every year since he's taken on his new power journey. But good on him. Whenever he comes down every now and then and still trains with us and shows his face and says hello. So he's a good fella, Changa, and
he's a ripper.
He's doing well. Good things in power too, I hear.
So you've had a good journey here. I mean, I was saying to Matty Mosley off air earlier, I rate this the best complex in Gippsland Latrobe Valley, footy complex. I don't know of a better one, particularly surface-wise, parking around it, everything that it's got. Have you ever thought of going elsewhere? I wouldn't have thought so.
Nah, it's there's thing with local footy these days. There's always the clubs that come ringing and the minor leagues around, they'll always call, but it's pretty hard to leave Royal Churchill, I like to call it out here.
Royal Churchill.
Royal Churchill.
I like it. Yeah.
And, it's only getting better with the new complex out the back that they've done over there, the Mountain of Work, that's looking $1 million now, and that'll be up and running in the next few years. So, it'll be a good time to be thirds kid coming through out here, I reckon. There's bright future and plenty to look forward to, and as you can sit here tonight looking at the surface, you've got the lines mowed in, looking like the MCG. So
you live locally?
Yeah, I'm lucky enough. I just live over the back here
in the new estate.
In the new estate, yeah. So not a big drive to footy training for me, which is good. So that definitely makes it a lot easier too. So
nice trip, easy trip home after a big function. They've got the big past players function this Saturday night. That should be a beauty.
Yeah, past players night, celebrating all things women in the Cougars. So my partner Emily, I'll give her a shout out. She's actually co-hosting with Quinny. So
good.
That'll be a good night. Hopefully we fill the room and look back at the women, celebrate the women in the club over the past journey of the Cougars.
So we've gone through your coaches. You've had a few. You've also seen some very good footballers come through this club.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. We've had our fair share of guns play through, including last year we had Milne and Heath Shaw run around with us, so that was an experience as well. But there's definitely been a lot of gun footballers, and a few of them have ventured off this year to try new things. So wishing them all the best, and as long as they know where they come from, they come back here. We'll no doubt see them again with the Cougars jumper on.
Benny, we like to thank you for giving us a little bit of time in your 150th this weekend. You've timed it to perfection. A crowd of 6,000 to 8,000 we might get here on the weekend with a big prime train. But all the very best. Congratulations on your loyalty to a club. And it's going to be a tough time for a short period of time right now. And it looks like you're sticking fat with them.
That's it. Stick it out. Every club has the harder times. Get plenty of games into our younger fellas. We've got a good bunch out here. So I suppose we just try and keep them together, and I'm now, I suppose I've always just been the people looking up to people, but now I'm one of the ones that they look up to. So it does happen pretty quick, and you've just got to sort of try and pass on the knowledge and what you picked up and what you loved about the joint as well. So Thanks for having me on here, and go Cougs for the weekend.
Good stuff. All the very best on Saturday. Hope you get yourself a win and a very big night for the Cougars and Benny Skinner. Our next guest doesn't need any introduction. Tom Bolch, a.k.a. Prime Train, has played football all over the world. He sends out a health message as well. At the same time, he brings a lot of people in through the gates, and here tonight at Churchill, the kids have come in their droves. Been a great night out here, and we thought we'd have a chat to the man as he picks up the Cougar jumper this Saturday. Would have been amazed and pretty happy, I would have thought, when you drove in the park and had a look at that deck.
The greenery is looking incredible. As soon as I drove in, I thought, can't wait for Saturday.
What do you know about Churchill?
Great question. Actually, believe it or not, my old man played at Glengarry. Probably 20 or 30 years ago, and he told me a few stories about Churchill and Glengarry. So none of them I'll share on camera, because obviously a Glengarry lad sharing, anything about any other club probably won't look too good for the other clubs. So I'm not going to share anything.
Wouldn't that be interesting if they were playing Glengarry?
It would have been interesting, but I think my old man would have been not too happy with me. So he's a bit of a shorts collector, a bit like me. So he's played in a few different places.
It's your first one of the year. Have you had any practice match form, or you've just been doing your own thing?
Yeah, a little bit of practice match. Played for Phillip Island, 2 games for them, which was great. Good to get a bit of run back in the legs, but I haven't really done too much kind of footy-based stuff. I missed round 1 last week. I had a bit of a back injury. Getting old. I'm 25, unfortunately. So I'm kind of just trying to slow myself back into footy this week. I'll see how I go.
27, 28 degrees. It'd be just like Darwin. You would be looking forward to that, I would have thought.
Like Darwin, like Queensland. I'm lucky that I've played footy in just about every state, territory, nook and cranny around Australia and the world. So I'm used to pretty much any conditions that get thrown at me.
Now, it's not just about the footy. I love your message. Tell us a little bit about the message.
Yeah, 100%. I think that the biggest thing that I am always trying to showcase to people is health, fitness, and mindset as well. I think that these days people really struggle a lot with their mindset, with having a positive mindset, and I feel like for me especially, and for a lot of my clients as well that I work with, having a healthy body always results in having a healthy mind. So especially with the younger generation, kind of trying to give them as much of a blueprint, I guess, on what to do with that sort of stuff is really key. And then, from a footy standpoint, I guess the message is as much to try and expand local footy and give as much, promotion to it, because a lot of local footy clubs are struggling with financial pressures and anything like that. So any help that I can get with more people getting in the gates, more canteen and bar sales, then I'm bloody happy with that.
When you started on this journey, you were getting a fair bit of ribbon from the boundary. I think that still happens, but there was a lot more on field. That seems to have quietened down a little bit the last 12 months.
Yeah, 100%. I think that a lot of people are starting to see the message. They're starting to see that the message from me isn't actually about me. It's about local footy. It's about trying to give promotion to local footy. And sometimes local footy is a bit stuck in old media, and I'm trying to bring it new media. I'm trying to bring the TikTok and the Instagram and the flashy reels and the flashy plays and the highlights and the lowlights. And if I can bring that to local footy and bring excitement and bring more people through the gate, and then in turn help local footy clubs, then I'm stoked.
Were you thinking, or what's the coach said, Wykes, are you up forward, you in the midfield, you a bit of everything, or they're going to slot you where they need you? Might go up back at some stage too, I would have thought.
I actually said to Coach last week, he said, where do you want to play? I said, anywhere you want. And he said, you sure? I said, but back pocket.
Yeah, that's where you get sent when you're 35, not 25.
Well, I've got back injuries, so I'm getting closer. I'm 25 and I'm struggling with back injuries, but I'll be all right. I'll have a run around and, hopefully kick a few snags and get a few highlights. I'm always good for that, but I'm probably good for about 5 touches for the rest of the time, maybe.
Mate, we love what you do. We love what you bring. You bring people through the gate. You get the kids enthused. Have a look at them. They're all here. It's magnificent. It's a great message you send. Make sure when we do get a goal from you on the weekend, we'll be here. Give the fingers to the van and give us a little bit of a pump up, and we'll return the favour.
Do you have a celebration you'd like me to do?
Yeah, you get a love heart. Okay. How about a love heart?
Okay. I'll give some love. I'll give some love back to you guys. That's no worries at all from me.
Thanks for joining us, Tommy.
No worries, mate.
Sportstream Live Gippsland is the streaming partner for the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League for season 2025. Live football every weekend. Sportstream Live is local sport.
Welcome back to Be North Gippy podcast out here at Gaskin Park. Churchill's Thursday night training session is no less than 60 players just running around the ground at the moment out with the prime train. And it's now time to catch up with the footy ops manager of the Churchill Football Netball Club. And not only that, but he's also the thirds coach, Brian Grimes. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. Ta.
Mate, it's good to have you on board. We spoke to Benny Skinner before, coming into his 150th game, and we just let him know that the crowd's here for him on the weekend. I would have thought it'd be a good way to run out for your 150th.
He's the type of guy that would enjoy the crowd being out there for him too. Don't worry about that. So I think he'll be running around with an extra leg this weekend, to be honest.
You had a tough summer, the club. I spoke to Mark Ainsworth about it a couple of weeks ago on the Be North Gippy podcast, and you being the footy ops guy, I reckon your January, February, March must have been pretty full on.
Yep, you can probably go back through to from June, July, back through there from the minute we started looking for a new senior coach. It's been a really busy period, and we put every single bit of effort that we can into that, and yep, this is where we are now, and we're happy with where we're at with Rob and Joe taking over the team. It's they've been fantastic so far, so it's great.
So the brainchild of getting the prime train out here, was that yours?
Oh, I don't want to take credit for really anything, to be honest, but yeah, we got together, and last year we had Stephen Millen and Heath Shaw come out and play a game for us, which was a bit of a spectacle for the people probably more from my generation, I guess. And look, this year we wanted to do something similar but make it all about the kids. So it's who better, I guess, than getting Prime Train out here with his massive following. And as you saw before, there's tons of kids, and there's still a heap here tonight.
It's Pied Piper.
Exactly, they're all still asking for his autograph, even when training started chasing him around. So we're looking forward to Saturday, just it all being all about the kids, So that's where we see our future. So we really want to look after them.
So the excitement, it builds from tonight, doesn't it? From the time these guys walk in here, from the kids that were here with you around that 4 o'clock mark, the excitement's building, and you can just feel that in the air. And it must be in. And I don't want to harp on what happened over the summer, but this would be the thing that could just turn the season and get you up and running, couldn't it? A win?
Yeah, I think so. I think, look, I don't really want to downplay it and think that and compare this to a final, but it's kind of got that vibe about it, especially with the beautiful weather and the grounds in beautiful nick, like which it normally is around about springtime when finals kick around. Yeah. It just has that smell in the air of finals footy, and I think all the boys are just up and about and really excited to have a red-hot crack this weekend and put their best foot forward.
Now we've got about 60 blokes out on the ground tonight. Tell us a little bit about Saturday. Many changes coming into the Churchill side, you think, or compared to last week?
Yeah, I'd be expecting at least 6 or 7 changes this week compared to last week, with a combination of
prime train effect.
Oh no, I wouldn't say that. I think majority of them would have happened regardless of whether or not that Tom was here playing for us. A couple of the thirds boys are stepping up to play senior footy this week, and then also we've had guys away last week either through injury or through work that are returning and playing this weekend. So it's really exciting. Last week I guess we didn't put our best effort on the game day, but I really expect a completely different side this weekend running out.
We're speaking with the footy ops manager of the Churchill Football Netball Club, Brian Grimes, and also he's the under-18s coach, and that leads me to the next question. When you get to selection right now, because I know you've got a good bunch of kids, are you pumping a few of them forward?
There's a couple. There's definitely a few that we're keen to get in for a run. Honestly, throughout the year, we'll probably expect anywhere between 8 or 9 of the boys to have a crack at senior footy. A couple of them had a couple of goes last year, and we're just looking to blood them through, not for the entire year. We don't really want to put too much expectation on them. So just, give them a few games here or there just to give them a taste of it and hopefully, get that hunger and understand what it's all about playing senior footy for Churchill.
Now, and you speak of, you've had some good players come through here, and you've seen them. You've been around a while at the club. So you've seen some really good players coming through. And I don't want to put too much pressure on any of the youngsters, but can you give us a couple of names to look out for on Saturday that we might see a 150, 200 gamer at the club?
Oh, well, I think any of the two young boys that I could see playing this weekend that are potentially in. I don't want to preempt what the coaches do, but we have young Jai Williams, who is, as you know, everyone knows Squiddy Williams, his younger brother, who we'd expect to have a long and industrious career with the club. Different type of players, but he's definitely one who puts in a heap of effort. Out of all the thirds boys, he probably puts in the most effort out of anyone. So he's really putting his best foot forward to be a great footballer for the future. And there's another young little whippet get out there, Nick Sam Robinson. So keep a lookout for him.
Exciting,
very exciting player. Great in the congestion, and he makes things happen that you'd not most players do. So he'll be a very exciting one for you to watch on Saturday.
He didn't play in the seniors last week, did he?
No, neither of those boys did.
So are they both debuting, or are they just their first senior game?
Jai played a few games last year, with our seniors, but Sam would be his first senior game. So he's what we used to call bottom age. He's turning 17 this year, so he's still got thirds next year as well to look forward to. So he's a
17-year-old kid. They love the social media. They're into the TikTok. He's playing his first senior game, his big debut in front of probably 6,000 to 8,000 people with the prime train on a 27-degree day. I couldn't think of a better day, Brian, than that to debut.
Me either, and he's the type of kid who will love every second of it, and the occasion won't overawe him. If anything, he'll want to put on a show for it. So
looking forward to it, Matty. It's going to be a big day out here at Gaskin Park. Make sure, even if you're not in the area, it's worth the hour, just over an hour's drive from Melbourne. Depends how you drive, but takes Matty 40 minutes, takes me about an hour and a half. Get up the highway from Melbourne, come from Morwell to Relgan, get out here from Leongatha, get out here from South Gippsland, wherever you are, get out to Gaskin Park on Saturday. And Brian Grimes, the footy ops manager, thanks for your time tonight. And we really look forward to a big day on Saturday, and all the very best.
Thank you very much. Can't wait. Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
Welcome back to the North Gippy podcast, and it's time to talk a little bit of netball out here at Gaskin Park on a very crowded evening and a beautiful evening out here at Churchill. And we are very lucky to have Kate Kerslake, the netball ops manager for the Churchill Football Netball Club, joining us. Welcome, Kate.
Thanks.
It's good to have you on board. We haven't talked any netball this year. It's only podcast 2, and we want to talk as much netball as we can and pump it up. So we're going to need a lot of help from people like yourself from the clubs, because Matty and I, we probably don't know a lot about footy either, but we certainly don't know a lot about netball, Kate.
No worries.
Big weekend coming up.
It is. Huge weekend out here at Churchill.
You've been here for a while within the club?
Yeah, about 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Probably a bit
25
longer,
years?
actually. Yeah, it's a long time.
Apart from, you've seen all the halcyon days of some pretty good teams that won premierships and so forth.
Absolutely.
Have you seen a crowd like this in a home and away training session and the kids?
No, yeah, it was really good. We had our juniors down here tonight, so they got prime train, attend their training, which was fantastic. I've got 3 sons actually in the juniors, so they're stoked with the night, and it's really good. It's really great atmosphere down here.
How's the netball tracking right now? How's everything going?
Yeah, really good. We've got really great numbers in all grades, so we've had a really successful pre-season. We had a bit of a slow start last week. Hayfield managed to just get us pips over the post in 5 of the grades, but A grade did get up by 11 points, which was great.
Who's one of the teams to beat in the A grade?
I think Sale City is the team to beat. Sale City in most grades.
Oh, okay, so they are strong in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's funny how that happens, and it's a question, actually. How do the netball teams, when you see it, and I see it a lot, they're strong right through. These are little towns.
Yeah.
How do they? I can understand they've got an A grade team. There's only 5, 6, 7, 8 players, so they go and get a few. But this, when they're right through from the kids right up, it must be a very good program that these clubs have.
Oh, absolutely, and we've seen it with Sale City over many years. I mean, when I played probably 10 odd years ago, they weren't super strong, but they've just really grown their own and built a really strong netball program. And Churchill here, we had 22 seniors miss out on a game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is the first we've seen for a little while. And about 7 or 8 juniors miss out on a game. So it's, really, really attractive sport at the moment for the women.
So do you have a core group of A graders live locally, or do they come from other towns, or they all from around here?
Most of them are, and most of them come up through the ranks.
Yep.
Yeah, we bring in a few. We've got a few new netballers, new A graders this year from different towns, but the core group are Churchill girls.
Yeah. So the new estate out the back of the club, that would have helped?
Absolutely, with juniors. Yeah, brought a lot through, particularly our junior football, but also our junior sort of domestic netball as well, which is really pleasing because the younger we get them, the more we can build and strengthen our senior club.
So who's your A grade coach?
Rachel Kearns.
So now
here we go.
This is Kearns of the Kearns. This is a name that's been around this club for 45, 50 years.
It is. Rach married in to the Kearnses, so she's married to Ben Kearns. And Rach is a Rachel Lockle, so she's well known in the netball.
So she's slotted in perfectly into the netball.
Absolutely. She's been here. We would say she's a Churchill girl now.
Yep.
Yeah, girl now. Yeah, she's been around for a while, but yeah.
What about in youngsters? What have we... Pump off a few names because I know the kids will be listening.
Yeah.
Give us a few names of the kids that are coming through.
Look, I think we've got some strong girls in the senior grades that have come through from our juniors. So you've got like your Arwen Williams. We've got Alia Bedford, who her and her sister Addie have come over from Tyres actually. So they're new to our club, but young and really promising. We've got lots of strong juniors.
Yep.
And they're coming through and they're getting opportunities in the senior ranks as well.
So we're into 2025. COVID 2020, it hurt 2021, country footy and netball. How we've come out the other end now. We're 3 years out the other end now. How's that going, as in numbers and players getting back involved?
Yeah, I think absolutely we saw a lull post-COVID, but I think this year has been that first year we've really seen that strength, particularly in the junior teams coming through, the 15s and 17s. The last couple of years since COVID, we've had to really try and just get enough to create a team. Whereas, like I said, this year we had a few players actually miss out because we were overprescribed. So we've been able to put those players into a domestic comp to try and strengthen them and bring them into the senior ranks. But yeah, I think we've definitely seen the recovery side of COVID for sure.
That was going to be my question actually. Before Mac fires one at you, is that footballers get paid. Not all of them, but a lot of them get paid. And coming out of COVID, they're coming back into their sport. They're not getting paid. They're playing for absolute love of netball. It's really important that these girls do get back before they... Because if you have 3, 4, 5 years off, your career's finished.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So has that been a concentrated effort of the club to make sure these kids are involved? Yeah, absolutely. We've worked really hard with the younger junior teams to try and bring some girls through to our juniors and just try and keep them interested. So we're, in the off season, we're trying to put the girls into twilight competitions elsewhere and things like that. We run a mixed netball competition here as a pre-season or pre-Christmas type of fun and
activity. Keep it together. So the more involvement in the club in the off season, we find the easier it is to sort of get the girls back in it, and it doesn't really end. Pre-season starts earlier and earlier, and it sort of get a month off, and then they're back at it, but they love it.
We'll talk about a standard now. You said you had about 20 girls miss out. What's the standard for the Churchill girls this year? Is it a finals? Is it going deep into finals? What's the standard?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Churchill have made finals the last couple of years, but just missed out. Runner-up 2023. Yep. I'm trying to think what you are in. And made finals last year.
Is to make that next step.
So
this year?
we've recruited well, and I think we'll be in for a good chance this year. Yeah, absolutely.
So you think you'll be up there against the Sale Cities?
I think so.
They sort of a bit ahead of everyone else, are they?
They're tough. Yep. They're tough. But I think our A grade, with what we've recruited and what the strength that we've got in our base players, I think we've got. If we're going to do it, I think this year's the year.
You'd be confident. Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
Kate, before we let you go, what we'd like to ask is, because we really want to publicise the netball, because I think they get a raw end when broadcasters come in and broadcast the footy, and we're here live streaming the game on Saturday, and we're parked right here, and a lot of the reason is it's a perfect position, but I love it how we're right near the netball courts. If you could organise someone, if they want to run us over scores throughout the day, we'll pump them through the live stream all day.
Best players.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
Yep.
And probably, I'll tell you what, at half time of the footy, why don't we, would we be able to get you in here to go through that and use that as our halftime show and talk netball and give us a feedback on how the day's been going so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all your juniors would have been done and won by half time of the seniors.
Yep.
I think the A grade would be the only one still
just
going.
about finishing.
Yeah. So we'd have a lot of scores that we can go through.
Yeah.
So let's have you in at half time right here. So you just come across here, have you in for the half time show. It'd be great to talk to you on Saturday and see how you're going.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks very much. That was Kate Kerslake, the Netball Operations Manager of the Churchill Football Netball Club. And we'll be back after this short break to wrap up the Be North Gippy podcast.
Would you like to partner the weekly Be North Gippy podcast? For more information on how your business can become a sponsor, simply email brad@sinbradmedia.com.au. Sinbrad Media is local football.
Welcome back to the Be North Gippy podcast. We're in the home straight out here at Gaskin Park, Churchill, on Thursday evening, where the Prime Train, Tommy Bolch, is out, been out here taking the kids for a junior clinic and training with the seniors, about 60 people out there. We've just spoken to Kate Kerslake, the netball ops manager, and I've got to say, Big Matty Mosley, it was good to finally get some netball into this podcast, and we'll try to do that every week.
It is. I think it's a thing that needs to be probably more into footy and the commentary side of things. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, I think we've got to do more of it. But we do need help from the clubs with the netball side of things. We're only too willing to get you on each week if someone wants to get on. So we'll get on to that. I'll tell you what I've loved tonight, Matty. I like doing this podcast live from a training venue.
It feels like a finals and it's only round two.
I just like the atmosphere. And I think it's because, and I know you'd be the same, I miss Clubland.
Yeah, well, this is my first season out of Clubland, and I miss it quite a lot.
Already?
Yeah, it's very different. You sort of feel a bit empty about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
tonight's been the wake-up for me that I really miss Clubland. So I'm going to try.
It's a socialising, isn't it?
It is.
Seeing all the boys again. You don't get that once you finish up. So
I think I might try to get out to a club each Thursday night and do this podcast live at the home club that we're calling on the Saturday in the live stream. I think that might be a good idea. It gives us an opportunity to get the netball in as well and have a bit of a chat tonight. We've been so lucky. We've spoken to Ben Skinner that plays his 150th club game this weekend. We spoke to Prime Train. We spoke to the footy ops manager, Brian Grimes, and we also spoke to the netball ops, Kate Kerslake. No Kawa stuff this week because it's a home game at Churchill with the big Prime. We will talk to someone on Saturday, no doubt, for the live stream from Kawa, and they were out at Apex Park Tuesday night, so it made it difficult. Really want to be at the club that they play at and get some footage and that sort of thing. Big games on the weekend, Matty.
Yeah, there is.
We've given our tips. It's Rosedale v Woodside, Churchill v Kawa, which is the Sports Stream Live match of the day in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland League. Sale City at home to Hayfield. Yallourn North get their season underway at home against Gormandale. And Yarram play Glengarry the following Friday, which we will be calling that game, covering that game as well. That should be an absolute ripper. Looking forward to Saturday, Matty. I'm sure you are.
I'm very interested to see just how it all plays out. Well, not just the footy itself, the crowd, and what Prime Train brings to the footy.
Yeah, thanks to everyone that helped out tonight and come in and had a chat. And everyone, get out to your local footy on the weekend. Pay your $10 through the gate, buy a beer, have a pie, and help these clubs survive. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Matty.
Thank you, Brad.
See you on Saturday, and we'll talk next week in the Be North Gippy podcast. It's been a great evening out here at Gaskin Park.